Hi everybody, welcome to Jensen's Wall Street News. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell delivered remarks on last Friday in Jackson Hole quote, "The baseline outlook and the shifting balance of risks may warrant adjusting our policy stance." According to the U.S. Census Bureau and the U.S. Department of Housing, Urban Development, sales of new single-family houses fell 0.6% in July from the previous month. The U.S. Census Bureau reported Tuesday that new orders for manufactured durable goods decreased 2.8% in July month-over-month. On Wednesday after the bell, Nvidia announced financial results for the second quarter ended July 27th, and it expects its Q3 revenue to grow 16% sequentially. Jensen, the president and CEO of Nvidia, said during the conference call, quote, "Our next platform, Rubin, is already in fab." Dan Niles, the founder of Niles Investment Management, posted an X on Wednesday, quote, "While Nvidia results surprised me, it is likely to help drive the rotation into other areas of the market." Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell delivered his annual remarks on last Friday in Jackson Hole, quote, "The July employment report released earlier this month showed that payroll job growth slowed to an average pace of only 35,000 per month over the past 3 months, down from 168,000 per month during 2024. This slowdown is much larger than assessed just a month ago, as the earlier figures for May and June were revised down substantially. This unusual situation suggests that downside risks to employment are rising, and if those risks materialized, they can do so quickly in the form of sharply higher layoffs and rising unemployment. The stability of the unemployment rate and other labor market measures allows us to proceed carefully as we consider changes to our policy stance. Nonetheless, with policy in restrictive territory, the baseline outlook and the shifting balance of risks may warrant adjusting our policy stance. According to the U.S. Census Bureau and the U.S. Department of Housing, Urban Development, sales of new single-family houses fell 0.6% from 656,000 in June to 652,000 in July, down 8.2% from 710,000 in July last year. In addition, the median sales price of new houses dropped 0.8% from $407,200 in June to $403,800 in July, down 5.9% from $429,000 in July last year. The U.S. Census Bureau reported Tuesday that new orders for manufactured durable goods decreased 2.8% from $311.6 billion in June to $302.8 billion in July, up 3.3% from $293.2 billion in July last year. Meanwhile, new orders for non-defense capital goods, excluding aircraft, a closely watched proxy for business spending plans, rose 1.1% from $75.6 billion in June to $76.4 billion in July, up 4.1% from $73.4 billion in July last year. The discrepancy between the durable good orders and orders for non-defense capital goods, excluding aircraft, is due to new orders for non-defense aircraft and parts, falling 32.7% in July month-over-month. 10-year Treasury yield fell sharply after Jerome Powell spoke at Jackson Hole meeting on last Friday. Then it moves around 4.23%. On Wednesday after the bell, Nvidia announced financial results for the second quarter ended July 27th. The company reported Q2 revenue of $46.7 billion, up 6% sequentially, above its previously estimated revenue of $45 billion. The company said, quote, there were no FQ3 sales to China-based customers in the second quarter, unquote. Operating income on a GAAP basis increased 31% from $21.6 billion in Q1 to $28.4 billion in Q2. Data center revenue rose 5% from $39.1 billion in Q1 to $41.1 billion in Q2. Automotive and robotics revenue increased 3% from $567 million in Q1 to $586 million in Q2. When it comes to the guidance, the company expects Q3 revenue to be $54 billion, plus or minus 2%, up 16% quarter-over-quarter. Nvidia said, quote, the company has not assumed any FQ3 shipments to China in the outlook, unquote. Shares of Nvidia fell about 3% in extended trading on Wednesday. Nvidia President and CEO Jensen talked about Rubin during the conference call, quote, our next platform Rubin is already in fab. We have 6 new chips that represents the Rubin platform. They have all taped out to TSMC. Blackwell and Rubin AI factory platforms will be scaling into the $3 to $4 trillion global AI factory build-out through the end of the decade. For Nvidia's earnings, Dan Niles, the founder of Niles Investment Management, posted an X on Wednesday, quote, in reality, they missed expectations of data center revenues for the first time since the intro of ChatGPT in late 2022 and beat overall revenue expectations by just 1%. While Nvidia results surprised me, it is likely to help drive the rotation into other areas of the market. I continue to believe that 3 rate cuts before year end will continue to drive the market to new highs till at least the holidays. Reaction of the overall market to Nvidia results will be a good test of that belief tomorrow. Okay, this is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.